told you strength means silence. They told you pain should not show on your face. So you learned to swallow it. Every insult, every loss, every night you lay awake, pretending you are fine. But listen carefully. If feeling deeply made you weak, you would already be dead. You survived because you felt everything and still refused to fall. Stay with me. By the end of this, you will understand why your pain did not break you. It built something darker, something unkillable. Pain did not visit you once. It moved in. It unpacked its bags. It became part of your daily routine. You wake up with it. You work with it. You sleep next to it. For most people, pain is an event. For you, pain is an address. It shaped how you speak, how you trust, how you look at the world. You did not choose this. You adapted to survive. You learned early that explaining your pain changed nothing. Words failed you. When you spoke, they misunderstood. When you showed emotion, they judged. When you broke down, they stepped back. So you stopped talking, not because you had nothing to say, but because silence hurt less than being dismissed. Silence became your armor, not because you wanted to be cold, but because exposure came with a price. Pity felt like disrespect. Advice felt like insult. Abandonment felt inevitable. They call men emotionally unavailable. They never ask who taught them that availability was dangerous. Every man learns this lesson differently. Some learn it through betrayal, some through humiliation, some through being laughed at when they finally opened up. You learned it the hard way, and once learned, it never leaves. Real strength was never built through praise. Praise makes people soft. Comfort makes people careless. Strength is forged when no one is clapping. When you are mocked. When you are replaced. When you are blamed for wounds you did not cause. You were humiliated, and you stayed standing. You were betrayed, and you kept moving. That is not inspiration. That is endurance. Endurance is not pretty. It is not motivational posters. It is not applause. It is stubborn refusal. Refusal to collapse. Refusal to beg. Refusal to disappear. Hope did not carry you. Comfort did not save you. What kept you alive was a quiet voice that said, "Not today." Loneliness for men is misunderstood. People think loneliness means no one around. That is wrong. Loneliness is being surrounded by people and knowing you cannot be honest. Knowing that if you reveal the truth, the room will change, faces will shift, respect will drop, interest will fade. So you laugh when you are tired, you joke when you are empty, you say you are fine when you are bleeding inside. You are not fake, you are strategic. You built walls, not because you hate people, but because people taught you what happens without walls. Every wall has a story. Every boundary has a scar behind it. You did not wake up guarded. You became guarded after being cut too many times. Those walls kept you alive. They also kept you alone. This is the cost no one talks about. Survival takes payment. It takes softness. It takes trust. It takes innocence. You survive, but something else dies quietly. You become functional, not whole. Capable, not peaceful. Disciplined, not healed. Discipline saved you. It gave structure to chaos. It kept you moving when emotions tried to drown you. But discipline is containment, not healing. You learned how to lock pain in compartments. You labeled them. You buried them. You told yourself you would deal with them later. Later never comes. Pain waits. It always waits. The hardest battle was not what you survived back then. The hardest battle is waking up now with memories that refuse to fade, with guilt that does not match logic, with loneliness that does not respond to success. You can win externally and still lose sleep. You can be respected and still feel invisible. You can be needed and still feel unwanted. This is the internal war no one sees. They talk about closure. They promise healing as an ending. They lie. Closure is a myth. Some wounds never close. They stop bleeding. They do not disappear. You learn how to live with them. You learn how to move without reopening them every day. That is not weakness. That is skill. You feel deeply because you had to. Because numbness would have killed you. Because awareness kept you alert. Because sensitivity helped you read danger before it arrived. Your emotions were never a flaw. They were a survival tool. The world punishes men who feel, then wonders why men shut down. This contradiction destroys lives. Strength and vulnerability are not opposites. They coexist. You are proof. You carried pain without collapsing. You stayed functional without support. You kept your dignity when life tried to strip it away. That deserves respect, not romanticization. Respect. But respect alone is not enough. Endurance should not be the end goal. It should be the bridge. You do not heal by pretending nothing happened. You heal by acknowledging everything happened. Self-compassion feels foreign to men like you. It feels undeserved, weak, unnecessary. That belief is another scar. You do not need to perform strength anymore. You already proved it. What you need now is patience. With yourself, with the pace of healing, with the complexity inside you. You are not broken, you are layered. The world needs to stop demanding silence from men. It needs to stop mocking emotional honesty. It needs to stop rewarding numbness. And you need to stop believing that feeling deeply makes you weak. It never did. It made you aware. It made you adaptable. It made you survive when others quit. But survival is not the finish line. You are allowed to want more than endurance. You are allowed to want peace, connection, relief. That does not erase your strength, it completes it. If this hits something inside you, stay, listen again. Share it with someone who never talks about what they carry. Because the strongest men are not the loudest. They are the ones still standing with invisible wounds. And if you are still here, still listening, still breathing, you are not weak. You never were. You made it here. That already says something about you. Most people quit when the truth starts to hurt. You stayed. That means the pain did not win today. It means you are still standing, even if you feel empty, tired, or numb. Do not confuse survival with weakness. The fact that you are still breathing, still listening, still thinking, means there is a fire that refused to go out. If this spoke to something you never say out loud, let it be known. Leave a comment. One honest sentence is enough. Stay here for the next video. We do not escape the dark. We learn how to walk through it without lying to ourselves.